What up, Laker family? It's your boy DTLF here, back with another post-game recap, man. Oh, I'm pissed. I'm really trying to calm down. But Lakers lost 129 to 115 to the Spurs. We give them their fourth win of the season. Let me get this right. So the Spurs had only won 3 games this season and had lost 18 in a row. And the Lakers walk in there and they hand them their fourth victory of the season. Fourth. This is really pathetic, fam. Listen, the apologists out there in internet land are gonna tell you it's okay. We were missing AD. You're gonna say, oh, it's completely fine because Cam Reddish, one of our top defenders, was not there. Oh, no. Listen, this is exposure at its finest. LeBron James had 23 points, and he also had 14 assists, and we couldn't get the victory. Matter of fact, we were down 25 to this team at one point, down 25 to the 3-win Spurs, and we end up giving 129 points. Now I know there's people out there that are gonna say, "Well, Dan, what do you expect? We didn't have any bigs." What? We started Jackson Hayes, guys. Jackson Hayes is a backup at best. All right, he has no business starting. All right, he proved that today. Christian Wood, who should have been starting, gave us 17 points and 6 for 10 from the field, with 2 blocks and 8 rebounds. Think about that. The guy who should have been starting hasn't even been playing. And he finally plays, makes a bit of an impact. Guess who Darvin Ham comes out with in the second half? Guess who Darvin Ham comes out with in the second half? Not with Christian Wood, right? The typical common sense would be, all right, if that was what was working in the first half, let's make an adjustment, come out with a better player and play him. And then on top of that, shout out to Tara for the great point. We had Colin Castleton. I was telling you guys at half, I'm not even sure if they called him up. Why did he get no playing time? Why are we winning Rui at the 5 in the first half when we're down 20 plus? Only to watch it skyrocket and balloon to 25. We really lost this game in the first quarter. Again, our head coach, lack of adjustments, lack of improvements, getting out coach. Listen, Popovich, we were down 15. We cut it to 10. Popovich calls a timeout. Look at the difference. First quarter, Darvin Ham doesn't call a timeout till we're down 13. Second half, Darvin Ham doesn't call a timeout after we start off slow in the third quarter till we're down 15. What's the difference? One coach adjusts and adapts on the fly, and Darvin really got exposed in this one, fam. Head coach Darvin Ham really got exposed in this one, losing to a 3-20 team who had lost 18 in a row, by the way. Now, get this straight, right? So the San Antonio Spurs gave up a new career high to Devin No Vaseline Vassell. All right, a new career high, 36 points on 12 for 19. Yeah, we were stuck in zone defense. It was okay when we tried it at first, but we can't get stuck in the same thing if it's not working for us. We gave up open shots, and they just kept making them. We kept giving it to them, so they kept making it. Remind you of something? The other night, we gave up a career high to Dante Exum from beyond the arc with 7 3-pointers. Tonight, it was Vassell. So what is this proving to everybody here, man? That we have to win in spite of Darvin Ham, not because of Darvin Ham. Tonight was a golden opportunity for him to get his 16th win of the season. No Anthony Davis. Again, no Cam Reddish. No D'Angelo Russell. No excuses. We're still a better team. On paper, we're still a better team. I get it. They did what they had to do. They were better coached than us. Bottom line. And this is what boils my blood, is the fact that people will be out there, I promise you right now, on a bunch of live streams saying that it's all right, we were hurt, it's a part of the season. No, we lost to a team that had lost 18 in a row, and we hand them their first victory. That's on the coach. That's on the players who stayed up late last night and didn't freaking get up and ready to start out the first quarter. Max Christie, I was excited to watch him start. He was atrocious. Okay, just everybody who didn't come prepared, is your fault, but it's mainly the coaching staff fault because they failed to make adjustments and adapt on the fly. Clearly, we could have beat them because we went on a run. At one point, it was like 20-7 run to storm back and get it to within single digits, but just an embarrassing loss. My guy Moneymaker, thanks for a super chat, bro. Said Scam play zone all game even after Pop adjusted. That's exactly my point. I was excited at the half that we showed some zone and made an adjustment, and it worked for a little bit. But you can't stay in that. Even in 2K, you got to switch up the defense. That's a video game. let alone in real life. I don't understand. If you keep showing somebody zone, eventually they're going to break the zone and they're going to knock down the open shot or break you down the middle of the paint. Look, I can't defend Ham anymore. I like the guy, and I liked up until today, and I wanted him to succeed. Now we got to win in spite of him. A new career high for Devin Vassell, and again, 0 adjustments, ladies and gentlemen. 0 adjustment. I'm sitting here looking at the stat sheet. Look, we had LeBron James 23 points, and like I said, what was it? 14 assists, 2 steals, giving us maximum effort at his age. Maximum effort. We got Austin Reeves giving us, 22 points. He's been a lot better. It wasn't his best effort, but he did have 4 assists, 7 rebounds. Max Christie didn't do a good job in 23 minutes. Only 2 points on 1 for 6. Jackson Hayes shouldn't have started. It should have been Christian Wood the whole time. Rui Hachimura, we finally ran some post plays for him, posted him up and let him go to work. Again, his strength, working from the free throw line extended. We finally do that, and boom. He gets some success, right? What do he have? Tonight, he was 8 for 15 for 20 points. We're not going to do that again. Darvin was forced to run some action for Rui only because AD was out. I'm telling you, our coach is very limited capacity as far as what's working up there upstairs. 17 points for Christian Wood, who hadn't played on 6 for 10. Here's my problem with Christian, though. Got to make your free throws, bro. Them free throws was atrocious. 3 for 8? Come on, fam. Not even 50%? Come on, fam. Jared Vanderbilt doesn't look like himself. I'm not going to get on him because he doesn't look like himself. We finally got to see some Demoy Hodge, 2 for 3. We got to see some Castleton. Man, we need a coach that needs some cojones, man. We need a coach that has some cojones and can step up and do, make in-game adjustments and take risks because you're already losing by 25, bro. You ain't losing nothing if you all of a sudden bring out Colin Castleton. If you start Christian Wood in the second half, you're not losing a damn thing. And on the other hand, man, it's just 36 points to Devin Vassell. And I keep telling you guys, we're the team that historically always gives up career highs to players. and Devin Vassell is a nice role player, but he's not 36 points nice. That's too much, right? We gave up 8 assists to some guy named Malaki Branham. Can't even say his name. I sound like I'm choking. Branham. We gave up 8 assists. Is that a career high for him too? 15 rebounds for Victor Wembanyama because we decided to go small. 15 rebounds? He's a 9 rebound point per game guy. It's like we giving up all these numbers and then we expect to win. We can't have that. Cannot have that. We gave up 42% from beyond the arc, 18 3-pointers. Remember what I said in the first half? I said we gave up 9 3-pointers. We can't do the same thing in the second half. What do we give up? We went from 9 plus 9 is... right? So we gave up the exact same amount. The exact same amount, fam. 18 3-pointers is a recipe for disaster. We got to do it. I've been saying that's one of our weaknesses. We have to do a way better job of contesting that 3-point line. Some of that is on Austin Reeves. Some of that was on Max Christie. A lot of that was on LeBron because sometimes LeBron, he get caught out there flat-footed. But can I blame him? No, because he's doing so much carrying offensively. This is why a lot of people want to trade for the Zach LaVines of the world, for the Donovan Mitchells, for the Trae Youngs of the world, because LeBron does so much on the offensive end, and then we expect him to play defense as well. Oh, my God, I feel so much better getting all that shit off my chest. But all I'm going to say is, man, this was the worst loss of the season. I say all that to say that, like, previously it was the Houston Rockets 38-point beatdown. This one's worse because we're losing to a team that lost 18 in a row. We're losing to a team that's inexperienced. We're losing to a team that really isn't an elite three-point shooting team. But, of course, versus the Lakers, they turn into the Golden State Warriors in their prime, right? Our head coach is to blame, fam. I can't even sugarcoat this anymore. This guy, man, is stubborn. He wants to save timeouts for God knows when, for breakfast for the next day or something, because we don't even utilize all of them half the time. He wants to save challenges. He wants to save it, and the Lakers are suffering from it because we have a conservative coach. Embarrassing. I feel you, Serge. I feel you, man, and it sucks. It sucks. I really thought this guy would be the one to break the mold and come in here and stick for years to come, but I'm not sure anymore. Unless he makes a drastic, 180. Greg Popovich coached the crap out of him. And the other night, they almost lost 2. That would have been back-to-back disaster class. That was a disaster class, but had we lost the other night when AD played? And again, this exposes the Lakers to what they need, though. That's the only good news, is that now we can see what we need to trade for. We need a big man who can rebound, crash, and protect the rim. Just do the dirty work. That's what we need. Appreciate you, Mamba. Thank you, bro. We need a big man that can do dirty work. Christian Wood is the closest thing to that because he did have 2 blocks, he did have 8 rebounds, and he had 18 points tonight. But I'm just afraid that he won't play for the next 10 games. Darvin Ham is weird like that. He did the same thing to Mo Bamba, but I think Mo Bamba was due to injury. And he turned around and did the same thing to I already forgot his name. The Kardashian lover. What's his name? Tristan Thompson. Same thing. We thought we picked him up for dirty work, for some dirty minutes down low. Didn't really get to see him to the final game of the postseason when we got eliminated, when we got swept. And mind you, he actually played good that game. And what happened? Darvin didn't close the game out with him. So we lose and we get swept. Darvin is, I can't quite gauge him as a head coach. I can't quite. There's times when I think he gets lucky and he throws out the right rotations. And there's times when he gets really unlucky and he gets exposed, like tonight. But again, the players got to do a better job of coming out early. You got a golden opportunity, Max Christie. You're supposed to step up, buddy. And he failed. He failed me today. My expectations just fell wayside with him tonight. I thought he would have a good game, prove why, maybe D'Angelo Russell would be more expendable. He did the opposite tonight. Tonight he did the opposite. He gave us limited to no production. He got cooked defensively. Come on, man. He's much better than this. I don't know why these young players aren't focused when their golden opportunities present themselves. But he did not step up tonight. LeBron James, Christian Wood, Austin Reeves, Taurean Prince. Those are the 4 players that showed up and played tonight. Everybody else, back to the drawing board. You got to be a lot better. A lot better. It's just disappointing, man. Disappointing to know that we lost to the worst team in the NBA right now. That's what they are. They're 15th in the West, and they had the second longest losing streak after Detroit. So yeah, that's what the Lakers are, man. We're that team that has a target on our back, and I guess everybody trying to use us as a springboard, but they got to be tougher than this. And I get it. We're missing 3 key players. No excuses. They should have won. This is a golden opportunity for your head coach to step up and just coach his heart out. It is. It really is. I'll tell you a couple questions, man. I'm not going to stay on here long. I'm really disgruntled. I feel like they wasted our time today. Outside of those 4 players I mentioned, everybody else, man, just really disappointment. I'll read some comments up. Dan, I had a great day till we lost. That's usually how it goes, doesn't it? But you know what? I'm above that now. When I was younger and I was in high school and even, when I got my first couple of jobs and officially and everything, that would kill my day, fam. I would come home from work or I would come home from school, and I'm looking forward to the Lakers, and boom, a Laker loss would just, man, I didn't even want to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like I don't let it, I think this channel has been a godsend for me. I leave it all here, and then I walk off feeling like a new man, like I just got exercise my demons. That's what it feels like, fam. And sometimes it's good to talk about shit in real life too, because you get your problems out on the table and you just put it all away and you move forward, right? You hash it out. And that's the thing about the Lakers. It's such a long season. We cannot overreact to one loss. As bad as it was, worst loss of the year, we saw what we can do when we're full. However, that doesn't excuse the fact that we lost a team we shouldn't have lost, and it doesn't excuse the fact that 75% of the roster didn't show up to play. When a 39-year-old, I'm gonna call him 39-year-old now because he's a couple days away. When a 39-year-old player is giving you the most effort, he's playing the passing lane, he's getting steals, sprinting full court, dunking the ball and just trying to bring us back. And then you got other players that are just kind of ball watching a little bit and struggling. That's a problem. And that's not necessarily always a player problem. That's a coach problem, because I feel like the roster always reflects the personality of the head coach. Let me give you an example. The New York Knicks. You wouldn't catch them dead being lazy on either side of the floor. They might lose based off of lack of talent. They might lose based off of mistakes they've made, mental mistakes. They're not gonna lose. They're not gonna lose based off of lack of effort. And that's what we play next, by the way. Do I think we're beating the Knicks? Of course, especially if everybody plays. But the Knicks are gonna give you full effort, full time, 48 minutes. And I'll be there live. Shout out to my bro Mookie for those tickets. I'll be there live for the banner and Bealing. So I'm excited for that. But that's one team that their blueprint shows Tom Thibodeau's coaching stuff. You can hear him across the TV, like Tom Thibodeau losing his voice, yelling at players at all times when they miss assignments. I wish Darvin was more like that. Gotta be more hands-on. You can't be. They call him hand pockets because he always got his hands in his pockets, especially during crucial moments. Bro, take them hands out of your pockets and get the coaching. Out here looking like cooked ham. And then another team that also shows the identity and they play hard like their head coach, like the way he coaches, is the Miami Heat with Spoelstra. All right. And that, I think that's the biggest disappointment for me, is that, again, if the Lakers come out and play hard, our talent would have beat out. I get it. The Spurs have that, transcendent type player, hypothetically speaking, but we still got LeBron. We got the generational talent. We still had Austin Reeves, who's sixth man of the year. We still had Vando, who's a lockdown defender, even though he hasn't been since he came back from injury. He hasn't been safe. Okay. But we still have plenty of pieces to win this game tonight. And we did it. So again, one night at a time. This one's disappointing. This one for sure is going to go down in worst loss of the season so far column. And hopefully it's the last one that we have like that, because, man, excuse me. My guy calls him a jive turkey. Man, it's just the last couple of years, fam, let's be honest, since Phil Jackson retired, we haven't found that steady hand at the coaching position. Even Frank Vogel had his flaws. I think we were lucky we hired Jason Kidd alongside him. And I always forget the other coach. It was like a 3-head coach thing. And people fully give – this is the thing. This is how you can tell casuals apart from diehard fans, when they don't pay attention to detail. The casuals will give Frank Vogel the credit for that championship. Like, oh, he's still a championship coach. Yeah, technically, yes. But in reality, when those coaches left and they got hired by the teams like Jason Kidd did and the other guy did, and they left, he was exposed. He wasn't even close to winning championship after that, Frank Vogel. And I believe he's getting exposed with the Phoenix Suns as well. He's not as great of a head coach as the casuals make him seem to be, right? So I'm telling you right now, Darvin Ham has been a huge disappointment for me, because he said all the right things at the press conference. On paper, everybody was raving about him. He seemed like the right guy. LeBron wanted him, everything. Sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for. All right. He was lacking that head coach experience. We're seeing that now. The in-game adjustments, I think, is his biggest weakness. He doesn't know what to do, when to do it. If somebody's hot, he might bench him after the timeout. It's like he loses track or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with that? Like, we didn't see guys hit 3 3-pointers in a row, and then the opposition calls a timeout. Out of the timeout, that the shooter is on the bench. And I'm like, nah, bro, you killing your own momentum. That timeout worked wonders against you if you weren't able to ride the hot hand and the momentum. And that's a big problem I have with a lot of coaches, not just Darvin, is that these guys do not ride the hot hand. They stick to their minute restrictions or to their rotations or whatever. We had Castleton rotting away in the bench, and instead we were playing Rui at the 5. That's when you know something's extremely wrong, fam. We got to be intelligent, right? And we'll see what happens. It's going to get interesting, though. I'll tell you that. If you guys have any questions for your boy, I'm here for you now, man. I'm here for you now. Let's leave it all out on the table. That way we can get a good, nice rest. I see everybody's pissed off. Listen, if this loss was anywhere near the March date after April, then I'd be furious. Luckily, we still got some time to get shit right. We do. But I'm not happy with it. I'll tell you that. This was the worst loss of the season by far. Jackson Hayes is very underdeveloped, and he shouldn't have started. It should have been Christian Wood. Heck, I would have took a flower on Castleton, because at least he tries to play defense. But the problem with Hayes is that he's very explosive and athletic, but he's not. He's got to be more disciplined. He's lacking that. He jumps at everything. Foul trouble, right? Sometimes you got to know how to use your length and your verticality to your advantage, and that's something I think he lacks. Hopefully, he picks it up along the way. He's shown good glimpses. He's shown good glimpses in spurts as a weak side defender, but as a primary last line of defense without AD out there, exposed. And it made me think, okay, we got to go out into the buyout market or something and look for a real anchor, right, to back up AD just in case he ever goes missing, either statistically, mentally, or due to injury. Yeah, because as much as I like Christian Wood, I never saw him as a rim protector. I saw him as a weak side help defender at times. He did have 2 blocks tonight, but I never really saw him like an elite rim protector. Offensively, I think you saw what he could do tonight. I don't know why he's not getting utilized. again, the coaching, man, the favoritism, crazy. It goes crazy. But all in all, we have a lot of depth. It's just not as being completely misutilized. Like tonight, for example, right? We had Demoy Hodge out there, and we're lacking 3-point shooting. And this guy's actually early in his career, he's demonstrated he can knock him down. We had Colin Castleton out there when guys got in foul trouble, and he didn't even take a flyer out on him. At the end, he tries Castleton, he tries Hayes, and he tries Wood. Why not try that when we needed the size, right? Very frustrating, guys. It is. It is. It is. It is. But hey, we live to fight another day. You guys know my motto, man. I'm here to string you guys along throughout the season. And then when it gets right, that's when we get really intense. But right now, we will survive, man. And we just won the in-season tournament. And it feels like we're coasting right after. It feels like a team that's old and is trying not to get hurt and is kind of coasting. That's how we started off this first quarter, by the way. And that's kind of how we played the last time we played the Spurs as well. That's why we barely won by what, 2-3 points? My guy said, and he started the same lineup that got blown out in the first at the start of the third instead of that lineup that cut the lead to exactly. The lack of, that's what I'm saying, Prince, exactly right. The lack of adjustments in game. And again, somebody mentioned it, and you're absolutely right. I like the zone defense and the way we ended the first half, but you have to know that Greg Popovich is a Hall of Fame coach. He's not going to sit there and just play into your hands on the zone defense. He's going to look for ways to shred it. He sure as hell did that. He sure as hell did that, man. My guy said, Dan, I'm worried even if we get another big, Ham won't even play them. That is definitely worrisome for sure. And where was Reeves? He hit 2 back-to-back threes and never saw the floor again. You won't believe this, Tara, but I actually read something right after we ended the game that Darvin Ham said something about Reeves back spasms. Like, why everybody got back spasms all of a sudden? Like, who's stretching these players out? Because I need to give myself a new job. If anybody could just walk on and pretend to be a trainer on the Lakers staff, and who's stretching these players? They keep getting back spasms. I have never seen so many young people get back spasms like that. Like, what is going on? They're not stretching properly? What's going on, right? So, again, frustrating, but just so many things that are annoying, and it's still early, really early. D'Lo and Vincent, first round pick for Donovan Mitchell. Look, man, everybody press run because I think that's something we would do in a heartbeat. That's not something Cleveland's going to do, though. You know they're going to want Rui in there or Reeves or both. Which one? The question is, the better question would be, which one are you guys willing to give up for Donovan Mitchell? Because we damn sure are giving up one. Listen, if we could have had Donovan Mitchell tonight, we ain't losing this game. Along with LeBron James, no way. This dude probably goes off for 35 and he covers the gap. Simple, right? That's the beauty of having multiple stars who can, and you see this when we have both LeBron and AD. We don't go on too many dry spells because when they're both out there on the floor, they're both creating for each other and for others. Tonight, LeBron had to do too much, and I fear for that because it's like, oh man, we're risking injuries, right? So one of those things, man. And then we listen. If Ham doesn't play, if we get another good big and he's good, like we talked about Jonas Valanciunas yesterday on Around the League, we get somebody like that and Ham doesn't play him, the pitchforks are coming out. That's a promise. Tell Dan to tell Jeannie. She's not gonna listen to me, bro. She's smart enough to do whatever she needs to do. I'm a patient man, but I will tell you this. I would be shocked if we go past this trade deadline and we didn't improve the roster in one way or shape or form. Right? I think it's gonna happen. Whether it's a minor trade or a major trade, something's gonna happen. Because when the games like these really show the gaping holes that the Lakers still have. Yes, we have depth, but when that depth goes missing due to injuries, who's gonna step up? Okay, so let's look at today, for example. LeBron James, we know what he is. Check. He's going to step up. Austin Reeves, we know what he is. Check. He's going to step up. Taurean Prince, hit or miss. I never know with him. Who else stepped up tonight? Christian Wood. I can't say check because he hasn't played enough. But again, so basically 2 out of the 4 that balled out today, we know for sure are going to step up. We need more than that, especially when guys go missing. You need at least 4 to 5 players that can step up. That way you keep your offense and your defense steadily flowing. You see, tonight we went on these horrid dry spells, and then defensively we gave up these runways to these players that aren't even elite, right? So you got to make sure you cover that up, whether it's via the buyout market, which I doubt you can cover it up with just one position, or via trade. And again, I'm no front office exec or nothing, but I do see these things just like you guys do. So let's see what happens. I'm a very patient fan. I'll be sitting back, around the trade deadline. You guys know I got you guys covered every year, just like we did all summer long. So it's always a fun time for me personally, because we get to see if we make a trade, if we get the pieces that we need. If last time before trade deadline, we got the D'Lo, Vando, Malik Beasley trade that saved our season. Honestly, not only did we make the playoffs, but we went all the way to the Western Conference Finals. Not good enough, I get it, but it's an upgrade. This year, we get off to a better start. Now we're starting to go like this. Okay, which means we need to steady the ship and we need to start trending upwards again, like the stock market. So if we need to make a trade to make that happen, so be it. If we have to lose some of our favorite players to make that happen, so be it. But something's got to give, right? We'll see. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna sit back, watch. Oh, also, we should be getting Gabe Vincent back on December 18th, so that should be fun. We'll see if he lights a fire under us from the point guard position. Prince says, it's up to the point that I wish every game is an in-season game. I feel you on that, bro. They don't give a shit if it's just a regular game. That mindset is trash. Kobe would be furious if he's still here. And LeBron was furious tonight, too. Did y'all see the way he kicked that cushion? He was not happy about it. So he's going to voice his displeasure. LeBron doesn't want to lose these games to the Spurs. We don't want to be there. Listen, if you go on social media, it's going to be toxic. Troll's going to be there. I don't give a damn. They don't face me. But I promise you, LeBron and the Lakers, they don't want that type of scrutiny on ESPN. They don't want Skip Bayless getting a hard on over this BS. Like, nobody wants that, right? But let alone LeBron and them. So I promise you, it hurt LeBron. The rest of the players, not sure. I need to see more emotion. I need to see more passion, more anger. But yeah, this is embarrassing. You lose to a team that lost 18 in a row, who's not even going to get the. Listen, we were down 20 to a team that's not even going to get 20 wins. That is embarrassing. That is the epitome of an embarrassment, and I hope the Lakers lose. I hope the Lakers lose them bad habits. Okay, they got to lose them bad habits of getting out the first quarter slow start, of just kind of going through the motions and thinking they're going to win at the end, because more times than not, especially on the road, you give up momentum to a team like the Spurs, they're going to take it and they're going to ride it all the way to the end. And now it becomes a mission, and like tonight was mission impossible to try to win this game. Well, again, I'm not going to sit here and overreact. I said my piece. I spoke my piece. I still believe in this team. I believe in this roster up to a certain degree. I do think we need improvements now after tonight, especially. Like I said, a good, solid backup big who can rim protect and block shots and rebound. Those are the most important things. Rebound, block shots. Scoring is not a necessity off the bench, but just do the dirty work, and we should be good. Anyways, I appreciate you guys for tapping in, man. That's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you guys so much for the support. Make sure to hit that like button, fam. We don't play, I don't believe, till Monday, right? So I will be, gone off of here for a couple of days, but we'll be back. And I will be covering that game live from the road because, I will be attending. Shout out to Mookie for that again. Don't forget to subscribe if you already haven't, guys. Join that Laker family. And I got you guys covered year round, not just on the Lakers, other sports as well. I've, tapped in on the Rams. I will be tapping in on the Dodgers from time to time. And just different content. I got you guys. But I appreciate y'all, man. Much love. Please try to have a good night. Blessings. Thank you, Search, again for everything, my brother. And we'll talk real soon, all right? Peace.